Everyone loves something, whether it's your family member, your spouse, your best friend, your pet dog, or your favorite activity. Everyone experiences love on a daily basis. In movies, it's called the most powerful force in the universe. But what really happens when you feel love? I want to talk to you today about the different types of love, what happens in your body when you experience love, and if love can be an addiction. The Greeks created around 8 different words to describe love. The first one is eros. Eros describes sexual passion and desire, and it is named after the Greek god of sexual attraction, Eros. The second one is ludus, which describes young and playful love, and it includes flirting and infatuation, and it has no strings attached. Pragma is involved in long-term relationships that require commitment and compromise, and they always want the best for the other person. This is basically the opposite of ludus. Finally, mania is an obsessive and unhealthy kind of love. It often a person who has low and finds personal worth from the other person. Often there's an imbalance in the relationship where one person is more attached than the other. These words have really helped me decipher different feelings instead of using a superficial word like just using love when it shouldn't be used. Sorry. Now to the fun part. Our brain signals to the rest of our body whenever we sense something. Different kinds of chemicals create different sensations in our bodies. Most scientists who have studied love have realized that there are 3 different stages of love: attraction, lust, and attachment. The first stage, attraction, is similar to the word of infatuation. During this stage, your cortisol levels in your body rise that can create symptoms like sweaty palms, fast heart rate, blushing, and small anxiety. As this occurs, your serotonin levels drop. Low serotonin levels have also been found in people who have OCD, which explains the occupying thoughts of a person that you might have during this time. One of the most commonly known chemicals in your brain is dopamine. This is produced in the hypothalamus, which is right in the middle, and it is a reward-based chemical that is released when you do something that makes you feel good. Overall, these 3 different chemicals create a sense of excitement and desire in the first stage of attraction. Lust is sexual gratification. You can also relate this to the term eros, and it involves 3 different chemicals: testosterone, estrogen, and dopamine. Although testosterone and estrogen are commonly related to one specific sex, they're associated in both sexes, just at different levels. Estrogen is higher in women, and it can create a higher pain tolerance for childbirth. It increases libido, and it helps with overall growth and development. Testosterone is higher in men, and it enhances sexual response. It strengthens your muscles and bones, and it creates assertive moods. Although lust is one step leading up to love, it should be described as love because that can cause problems in relationships. Finally, attachment is a long-term kind of love that results during marriages or serious relationships. We can also describe this as pragma. The 2 main chemicals that are used in attachment are OxyContin and vasopressin. OxyContin is also called the cuddle hormone, and it creates a strong bonding between two individuals, and it also creates a sense of security. OxyContin is released in great quantities in orgasms during sex, which explains why sex is such a bonding for two individuals in a relationship. It's also released during breastfeeding in women and her children. Vasopressin also reinforces strong bonds for monogamous relationships. Over time, the euphoric feelings of relationships can fade while attachment grows, but this doesn't mean that people will fall out of love if they have a long relationship or a long love. So can love be addictive? This has been very controversial for some scientists, and according to the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, it is not considered an addiction, but there has been some research that might change this. So I surveyed some people from our student body, and 66% of them said that they believed that love could be addictive, and around 30% said that it might be, but they weren't sure. Love and substance abuse can be very similar in their euphoric feelings as chemicals released, such as OxyContin, serotonin, and vasopressin. So drugs can take over the mesolimbic dopamine, which occurs when we do something like eating food, playing video games, having sex, or doing drugs. And basically the mesolimbic dopamine system is the system that releases dopamine in your brain. So a study from the Journal of Neurophysiology investigated brains of people who said that they were in love, and once they were shown pictures of their partner, the right ventral tegmental area in their brain lit up, which is right there. And that's also part of the mesolimbic dopamine system. A later study interviewed people that were rejected, but they were still in love with their ex. And once they were given shown photos of their ex, the same places lit up. So there's the right ventral tegmental area and also the nucleus accumbens lit up. They're both part of the mesolimbic dopamine system. And yeah, so these correlations in these studies have shown that rejected lovers can be related to cocaine addicts that are in withdrawal of their drug. Now think back to that one person or thing that comes to mind when you think of something you love. You can thank the chemicals in your brain for these feelings. Thank you.